Hey, this is TW Jackson. You can call me T-Dub. I did this video for you. It's called The First Step to Stopping Your Breakup. And I did this because I really want to help and give you some direction, because I know this is such an emotionally trying time. It's easy to make mistakes, because I've been there before, and I've helped folks that have been here. And you wake up in the morning. You just don't want to wake up. You just don't even want to roll out of bed. And everything on the radio, every song reminds you of your ex. You go to work and you drive by all the places you used to eat and used to go to, and it's so tough to not do the wrong things because we're so emotional. So this is the purpose of the video, and I sure hope it helps you out. Oh, please keep in mind that technologically wise, I'm just a normal, everyday, average kind of guy. So please forgive me if I make a whole bunch of boo-boos and mistakes here. The very first thing, you may be past this point, but you don't want to panic. It's the very worst thing you can do. If you've already panicked in that, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. When you completely flip out and have an emotional breakdown, it only confirms their decision to break up with you. And, of course, it pushes them farther away. If you're being clingy, if you're just demanding they spend more time with you, you're demanding they talk with you about this, it just pushes them farther away. Now, here's some signs of panic. If you've done this or had this done to you, you'll immediately recognize it. I call it text message terrorism. And, it's basically just sending a barrage of text messages trying to stay in this person's life, and trying to, get back together with them, and, just trying to find out exactly what happened. And it's one of the first signs that you'll see a lot of time is text message terrorism, I call it, or the old drunk dialing. Now, you don't necessarily have to be drunk to do what I call drunk dialing. You can be in a highly emotional state, and this is still, I consider, drunk dialing, but you know what this is too if you've done that. It's just calling over and over and over again, especially if you're getting the voicemail, and you want to basically professing your undying love, or how much you're sorry for what you did. None of this helps. Arguing about the breakup. Contacting their friends and family. Now, this is kind of an interesting one. Reason most of us do this is because we don't accept what the ex have told us for the reason that they broke up. So we may think they have somebody waiting in the wings, or there's some other reason other than what they've told us for why they're breaking up. But you still don't want to do it. And accidental meetings. These don't really fool your ex, and they're not accidental. So another thing you don't want to do. So if you don't want to do all those things, what should you do? And this is really tough because you want to it's counterintuitive. What you should do is counterintuitive and opposite of your feelings. Your feelings inside are like, I've got to see them. I've got to tell them, what really happened. I've got to tell them how I really feel. And that's exactly opposite of what you should do. So, here's the big secret. For right now, you want to agree with the breakup. That's right. You just calm, you're cool, and you agree with the breakup. Again, that's calm, and you're cool and okay with it. Now, you may already be past this point. Like I said, you might have already kind of freaked out a little bit. Don't feel bad. That happens. But if you run into them again or see their friends or family, you now want to be calm, cool, and okay with the breakup. And the big thing is you'll be way ahead of the game if you just don't do all that crazy stuff. We're talking about the text message terrorism, the drunk dialing, and trying to see all their family and friends in that. Now, why does this work? Well, it works for a lot of very powerful psychological reasons. I'm just going to talk about a couple. And I can't remember if it was my father or my grandfather that introduced me to this phrase, but it's so true through life. It's the hungry dog doesn't get fed. If you just imagine for a moment, you hear some scratching on your front door, and you open the door, and it's some mangy dog with his ribs sticking out, and he's you can tell he's starving to death. But your first instinct is to get him out, to get him away from your doorstep. Now, if you open that door and, it's a well-groomed dog, you tell he's fed, he's got a collar, he belongs to somebody, and you treat that dog a lot better than you treat the dog that's, kind of showed up on your doorstep hungry, if you will. Now, their main psychological reason, and please burn this into your head or memory, write it down, is people want what they can't have. This is so true. Whether it's jobs, when is it hardest to get a job? When you don't have a job. It's easy to get a job when you already have one. The same is true with money and credit. They loan money to people that don't need the money all the time. When you have no credit, it's almost impossible to get any credit. And the same things hold true with love and attention. So, if you've blown it, it's okay. Is there still a chance? You betcha. And here's what you want to do. You just want to write a short note and include these things. Don't add to it and don't take away from it. But you want to let them know you're okay with the breakup now. You tell him or her that you agree with the decision to break up. If you did something bad, like have an affair, just briefly apologize. If you didn't do anything bad, don't find something to apologize about. That'll be worse. But if you did something bad, just briefly apologize. Then tell them something really exciting has happened in your life, and you need to tell them about it sometime. Let them know that you want to give them some time to themselves for now, and then close by saying, maybe at some point we can be friends. And remember, you want to be calm, and you want to have a cool tone. If you'd like a little example of this letter, just hang out for a second, and I'll give you a little example where you can get a little example. But this sets the stage for your next moves. Now, if you'd like to learn more, I really debated over this because for a couple of reasons. These are very controversial tactics. And some have called these mind control, and I've not very often because I'm usually helping people that want to get back with their exes, but it makes me very leery. And I thought for a long time before I actually released some of this information because I don't know who is exactly is going to be getting this. I'm assuming that you're an average. Well-meaning individual and that you're trying to get back with your ex with good intentions. So I just want to say that this is not for stalkers. It's not to be used for any kind of revenge. Don't try to get back together with them and just to break up with them or break their hearts. And I'm just going to throw a blanket out there. It's not for cuckoos, crazies, or weirdos. This is for just normal, loving people that have made some type of mistake in their relationships and want the best advantage of putting this back together and stopping their breakup and repairing their relationship. So if you'd like to learn more, just simply click the blue link below, or there may be a blue link to the right of this video. And I'll also have a little sample letter for you like I've showed you previously. So I hope this video has helped you, and I look forward to seeing you and rapping with you down the road. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.